Study Unit 5. This presentation covers advanced measurement designs for survey research. In this presentation, you learn attitudes and its three components: Likert, semantic differential, and behavioral intention scales, non-comparative and comparative scale designs, and rating and rating scale measurements, and lastly, single versus multiple measures of a construct and direct versus indirect measures. Attitude is a learned predisposition to act in a consistent positive or negative way to a given object, idea, or set of information. There are three components of attitudes: cognitive, affective, and behavioral. The cognitive component of attitudes refers to the beliefs, perceptions, and knowledge about objects. The affective component refers to the emotional feelings towards the object. And the behavioral component refers to the intended of actual behavioral responses towards the object. There are three question response formats: closed-ended, open-ended, and scale response. Closed-ended questions have response options that can be answered quickly and easily. There are two types: dichotomous and multiple category. Dichotomous categories have only two responses options, while multiple category have more than two response options. Open-ended question format has no response options for the respondent. It could be unprobed or probed. Scale response measures the attitudes of some construct under study using a scale. It could be unlabeled or labeled. When it is unlabeled, only the endpoints of the scale are identified. When it is labeled, all scale positions are identified. There are three types of attitude scales: Likert scales, semantic differential scales, and behavioral intention scales. Likert scales ask respondents to indicate the extent to which they either agree or disagree with a series of mental or behavioral beliefs statements about a given object. Semantic differential scales use bipolar adjectives and adverbs as the endpoint of multiple scales, such as competitive, non-competitive, helpful, not helpful, high quality, low quality, dependable, undependable. Behavioral intention scales collect information on the likelihood that people will demonstrate some type of predictable behavior regarding the purchase of a product or service. Scale response questions utilize a scale selected by the researcher to measure the attributes of some construct under study. Labeled scales use a scale in which all of the scale points are identified with some description. The advantage is that it enables degree of intensity feeling to be expressed. It is simple to administer and code, and the respondents can relate to scale. The disadvantages are the scale may be forced or overly detailed, and the labels may be difficult to develop if more than 5-point scales. Measurement is to determine how much a property is processed by an object. Properties are specific features or characteristics of an object that can be used to distinguish it from another object. Objective properties are physically verifiable. Subjective properties are mental constructs. Here are some basic concepts in measurement. Description is the use of descriptor or label to stand for each unit of scales. For example, yes or no, male or female, etc. All levels of measurement have description. Order is the relative sizes of the descriptor that are known so that we can say one is greater or less than the other. Distance is the difference between the descriptor that are known. For example, there's $1 difference between $4 and $5, and there's 10-degree difference between 90 degrees and 100 degrees. Origin means there is a true natural zero. For example, there's a zero level of dollars, market share, sales, etc. Scales are the approach used to measure concepts or constructs. Other types of scales including comparative type of scales and non-comparative type of scales. Examples of comparative rating scales include rank order, paired comparison, and constant sum. Rank order scales enable respondents to compare their responses to each other by indicating their first preference and so forth until all the desired responses are placed in rank order. Paired comparison scales create a pre-selected group of traits, product characteristics or features that are paired against one another to two groups. Respondents are asked to select which pair is more important to them. Under constant sum scales, the respondents are asked to allocate a given number of points, usually 100, among several attributes or features based on their importance. It requires the person to evaluate each separate attribute or feature relative to all the other listed. It is most appropriate in self-administered surveys. However, it requires a lot of mental energy on the part of the respondent. To summarize, an attitude is a learned predisposition to act in a constantly positive or negative way to a given object, idea, or set of information. Likert scale designs uniquely employ a set of agreement, disagreement scale descriptors to capture a person's attitude towards a given object or behavior. Semantic differential scale formats are exceptional in capturing a person's perceptual image profile about a given object or behavior. Reflection question. Design a behavioral intention scale that can answer the following research question. To what extent are college students likely to purchase a new automobile within 6 months after graduation? Discuss the potential shortcomings of your scale.